Hi, Paul Highmarsh here. When you turn up to a gig, you need to make sure that you have all of your sounds ready to go. That way you can just get on with the playing side of things. In order to do this, it's worth spending a bit of time with your gear before you get to the venue. With Spider 5, you can easily choose and arrange your presets so you can get to them very quickly. You can use the remote app to edit sounds or even search for sounds created by other users around the world. If you have the FBV3 foot controller, you can switch between your presets, you can turn individual effects on or off, or you can use the wah effect. And if you have the optional G10T, you can very easily go wireless. So let's check out some of these features. So let's say tonight I have a gig and I'm going to use one of the new Line 6 Spider 5 amplifiers. So Spider 5 is 32 banks of sounds, each with 4 presets. But for tonight's gig I can keep it really simple, so maybe just a clean sound, a couple of crunch sounds and a lead sound. I'm going to have them all sitting in one of those banks. I also have an acoustic song tonight. Now for Spider 5 that's not a problem because it's full range. I can use it for my electric or for my acoustic guitar sound. I've also been really messy with my patches recently and they're scattered all over the place. So I need to gather them all together and organise them so that I can easily access them tonight. So let's start with a clean sound, and for ease of use I'm going to use one I prepared earlier. Now it was created for a different purpose, so I need to rename it as well as move it. I'm going to save my patches for tonight's gig into bank 32 as that's currently empty. Although I could place them in any one of the 32 banks. So now I'm going to name and save this patch to 32A. To do this, I double tap the rotary knob until the save screen appears. Then if I turn the rotary knob so that the underscore is on the number or bank, press the rotary knob again to select and then turn to choose a destination. So all the way up to 32A. Then hold to save a copy in that location, and that's it done. So now I'm going to do the same thing with a crunch sound that I like. And often what I like to do is maybe use one preset as the basis of my other tones. So if I resave it 3 times, each one will have the same reverb and the delay that I like. And then I can just tweak the amps and the EQ on each sound. And it usually means that I can move a bit quicker when programming new sounds. A quick bit of editing on sounds 32C and 32D. Maybe a little bit more delay on my lead sound and some different amp models. And then I'm going to save them and I'll be ready for the gig. If I use the remote app, it's quick and easy to pull in presets from the cloud or from the amp itself, or even copy them from other amplifiers. So once my phone or tablet is connected to the remote app, it's going to let me search for tones in the cloud or the sounds that I have saved to the amp. So I'm going to find one that I like and then save it wherever I like. On the remote app, the save functions are much more comprehensive, so by pressing this little icon here, I can get a bunch of different options. I can then save that to my tones in the tone cloud so that I can access them at any time on any compatible device, or I can share them to the tone cloud for users around the world to try, or I can save them back into the amp. Now for tonight's gig I obviously want them back in this amp, so I'm going to press store on Spider 240, then choose the location. I'm going to keep it in the same location, and I'm going to press done, and that's it, done. And as you can see, if I had presets in different locations, it's easy to save them in any order I want. And by using the app, I can even pull sounds from different Spider 5 amps and collate them into a new running order or set list. So that's it, a clean sound, 2 crunch sounds and a lead sound all in one bank. Tonight when I use the optional FBV3, it'll be quick and easy to switch through these effects. I'll also be able to very quickly identify them on the foot switches by their colour. So green will be delay, orange will be reverb, modulations will be blue and drive effects will be yellow. And that kind of clear colour coding on a dark stage can be a real blessing. So now with the FBV3 and my Spider 5 amp, I can head to the gig with my 4 sounds ready. Each of them with the option of a wah-wah pedal, so if I do get lost I can just do wah pedal sounds until I remember where I am. And at the gig I have the option of miking the amp up, or with the 120 or 240 watt version I can run a speaker simulated DI signal straight to the desk. So that can take a lot of the stress away from trying to mic an amp up well in a limited amount of time. Because Spider 5 is full range, like I said earlier, I can also use it for my acoustic tonight, so there's no need to take an extra amplifier. I also have the optional G10T, so tonight I'll be wireless without having to take any extra gear. I can charge this in the amp now and then stick it in the gig bag and head off to the gig. And with 8 hours of fully charged battery life, I can guarantee I'll run out of things to play before it runs out of power. So I hope that was helpful. Now I just need to go and learn some songs. Thank you.